Oh, good morning, beloveds. As you listen to me talk to my cat. Oh, good Lord. Okay. So, I'm back, obviously. I had a fabulous time at the convention. I ran into a lot of people that I knew, which I was pleasantly surprised. And I ran into one old classmate that I was absolutely thrilled to see. And then I met a lot of people that I have met on Zoom. So it was really nice to see them not in the little boxes. And so that was a whole lot of fun, including I met Reverend Laura Stewart. So if you're listening, it was so wonderful to meet you, and I hope you're feeling better. So yeah, that's, so I'm back. Yay. So we will do this regularly scheduled, for the, now. I have one more thing that I might be doing in May, that may make, but it's a family thing where I will probably end up taking this time off again. But I'll let you know when and if. So let's finish up the chapter in New Design for Living, but let's do the housekeeping first. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. That gives you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. So if it says click here now, it means it. It is also a blind CC, which means nobody will get your email from us. You won't end up on anybody else's email list. Now, and when I say one a week, I mean that. The only reason, it would only be if something unusual happens, which, considering we live on the Gulf Coast, is almost always weather related. So that would be the only reason you would get more than one. It's a real person doing it. He just doesn't have time for more than that. Okay. Where was I going next? Okay. The next thing I was going to say, the social medias. I have to mention it because, I'm doing this on social media, right? So we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan across the social medias that I am on. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is we do not monetize the social medias. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we would ask you to do instead is go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you are on, and then engage with the individual post by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. It bumps us in the algorithms. So more people see our stuff. And let's be honest, that's the whole goal of social media. So, and I already told you what they are. So let's leap on into this. A New Design for Living is one of the last books that Ernest himself put out. There have been books that were put out since, and they're all fabulous, but this is one of the last ones he put out. And he did this in collaboration with Willis Kinnear. This is the process of science of mind. This is how you do this, pretty much step by step. So he's explaining how to do it and why it's important. Okay. They joke about hills that you'll die on, and my hill that I would at least strongly stand on is that science mind is not really a religion. We don't tell you what to believe. We teach you how and why it's important that you believe. What you believe is between you and the divine. We earnestly believe that. And so that's what this is. This is the why and the how. So it is a fantastic book. We're getting really close to being done with it. So, and we are finishing up chapter 16 today, which is the human equation. And I like the title of today, Think Highly of Yourself. And there is one person we must learn to get along with above all others. That person is oneself. We must never belittle ourselves, never dislike ourselves, never resent what we are or the way we feel, and stop feeling guilty in any way. God created us. We are God's expression. If we have done many things wrong up to this point, if perhaps we have not been all things we could have been, well, that is the way things are. But the larger possibility is always ahead of us. We can start becoming more of it right now. Start moving out of what we are into what we can be. Where we may not previously have recognized the divinity within us and may have impeded its expression through us, we now know better. The moment we start to get on good terms with ourselves, all else will fall into place, for then we will be in harmony with God. And God includes us and everything and everyone else. Now, I'll do the little wrap up in just a second, but you know what? He's right. And in a world that wants you to dislike yourself, liking yourself is an act of revolution. You know, it really is. And I speak from the point of being being a woman, and I have an entire industry telling me that I'm not good enough. You know, that my body shape is not good enough, that the way my face looks without makeup isn't good enough, the way my hair looks isn't good enough. You know, I have an entire industry and men are starting to get the same pressure. So, but that's what I always come back to. What I always come back to is the fact that I am an expression of God. I am an expression of that divine spirit. You know, and I remember seeing that when I was growing up, it was the little child with the folded head and the folded hands, and it said, God don't make no junk. Okay? Well, God doesn't make junk. We're not going to go into the God making mistakes things, you know, because nature makes mistakes. Nature definitely makes mistakes. We are the expression of the divine. Which is one of the reasons sometimes when I'm doing treatments, I will literally do the treatment where I will say, you know, we are the loving arms of God. You know, we are the answer to each other's prayers. And so what Ernest is reminding us, for this to work, we have to know who we are. And if we don't think that we have been measuring up, well, for starters, whose standard are we using? Okay, whose standard are we using? Who are we trying to measure up to? And I think it's an Oscar Wilde quote. Be yourself because everybody else is taken. You know, and then he came really close to quoting somebody else in here. But you know, it's never too late to start. That's another one. I'm not sure who that's attributed to, but it's never too late to start. So if you don't think you have been living up to your potential, it's never too late to start. You can start now. And that's what he said in here. It's like, if you don't think you've been doing it right, well, one, again, whose standards are you using? Okay. Because there's this thing about being kind with yourself, being gentle with yourself. And who is it that you are? Who is it that you want to be? And do that. And let society and culture and religion and all of that just, you know, they don't get to tell you who you are. The only person who gets to tell you who you are is you. That's it. And that is a conversation between you and spirit. That is a conversation that you get to have with spirit. You know, that is the point of prayer and treatment and meditation. Because when we pray, when we treat, when we affirm, we're talking to spirit. When we meditate is when we listen to spirit. So who you are, that is a conversation you get to have with spirit. And nobody else gets a say so in that. Now, if you want to take advice, if you want to, feel free to do that, you know. But please do it from people that love you, care about you, and that you trust. And for God's sakes, don't pay attention to what the TV says. Although I will say that as a woman, with all of the nonsense pressure on us, I appreciate Dove, because they have gone out of their way to be very inclusive of everything, up to and including body shape and size. So they are a company that I can get behind. Now, thankfully, they mostly make soap. not makeup. So, but that's the way I do it. Okay. So let's read the wrap up, on this, and then we will call it a day, and we will start chapter 17 tomorrow. We learn how to live with others in complete harmony and joy when we come to know that at the center of their being, each is an individualized expression of God. Each needs to express the life within them in their own way, but never at the expense of another. All difficulties and conflicts in our experience may be resolved by love. The greater always supersedes the lesser. Most of all, we need to come into a greater awareness of our own importance to the mind that created us. I'm telling you, these little wrap-ups right here at the end, they are something else. So, we will start chapter 17 tomorrow, Health is Normal. And I will probably do that around 8:45 tomorrow, because if I am correct, today is Saturday. So tomorrow's Sunday, and I get to go to the gym. Now, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a do what you gotta do day, a let's take some time to rest day, a maybe finish a really good book day. I had time on airplanes. I read a really good book. I got about that much to go. Day, a drink plenty of water and hydrate day, because I know I'm dehydrated from 1, Reno, and 2, airplanes. A find all your notes day, a you got this day, a do what you got to do day, a take some time to rest day, maybe take a nap day, a catter day, have a catter day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a tell somebody you love them day, apparently I'm out of words day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, I get it, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. Ernest just said it, right? You are a beloved, individualized expression of the divine. That is who you are. That is the truth of your being. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. Always at your own pace. Okay? And as Reverend Jessica likes to call us, you are godly. So, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. So, take care of yourself. Know that you are... Oh, wait, hang on. Reverend David will probably be on sometime after 5. It is Saturday, and I am doing the 5 essays that Jesse will use in his Emerson class. So I'm doing that probably around 3:30. I don't know what we're going to do today. Where's that sticky note? We're going to do circles today. So I'm going to read circles today around 3:30. Reverend David will be on sometime this afternoon. I will be back with you probably around 8:45. Because tomorrow is gym day. So, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.